Page of Wands reversed. The face cards such as the Page, whether reversed or upright, very often indicate a literal person in our lives. In this case, it can indicate a female who is younger than the current. The reversed Page of Wands implies a level of confusion and indecision. You may be called upon to help someone decide something important. General, occasionally the reversed Page of Wands can depict unwelcome news that may be coming soon. This is not usually anything horrendous or dire, just something that you would rather not have happened. More often it indicates a need for focus and decisiveness. Work. In terms of work, the Page of Wands reversed can show a woman, likely to have hair on the lighter end of the spectrum, who may be causing complications at work because of her indecisiveness. It's possible that you are standing in your own way through your own difficulty with making a decision. If you are looking for work, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Hiring decisions may also be delayed a little longer. Love. When the reversed Page of Wands appears in a love context, the focus may be on getting to know each other better, trading stories, etc., rather than on an immediate, serious commitment. You are well advised not to push if you are currently seeing someone but are not yet committed. The time may not yet be right. If you are looking for love, someone may warn you away from a new interest. Make up your own mind. Gossip and warnings aren't always true, but usually shouldn't be completely ignored, either. Finances. As with the upright meaning of this card, money is very likely to be headed for an upswing when the Page of Wands appears. Someone with financial expertise could come into your life and give you excellent advice. You could also get excellent financial news that you weren't expecting. When the abundance comes, consider what you can do to share a little of it, if only to keep the wheel of prosperity turning. Health. In terms of health, the reversed page points to people nearby who are ready, willing, and able to be helpful to you in terms of your health. This can be professionals, or simply an inspirational exercise buddy or friend. Don't try to do everything on your own. This card shows you'll get farther being open to the understandings, good influences, and expertise of others. Spirituality. The page definitely points to a need to honor and listen to your own intuition. Creativity may go far to enrich your spiritual experiences now. Someone that you already know may have some important spiritual insights to share. Even if you are usually very private about such things, consider talking to a friend or two about their spiritual take or experiences. This can be unbelievably inspirational. Tarot history. The history of the tarot is shrouded in mystery. Very little in the way of concrete information is known about its origin, although many things have been written about it. We will probably never know the truth, as fact and fiction seem to be irrevocably mixed nowadays. The tarot originated in northern Italy in the early 15th century, sometime between 1420 to 1440. Despite the fact that it is often attributed to originating from China, Egypt, India, or Morocco, to name just a few, there is absolutely no evidence that this is the case. Nor, as is often quoted, is there any evidence whatsoever that the tarot was brought to Europe by the Romanis. The name tarot is often attributed to being Egyptian, Hebrew, or Latin. This is not the case. The earliest names are all Italian in origin. The cards were originally called carte de triomphe. Around 1530 the word tarocchi began to be used to differentiate them from a new game of triumphs that was in vogue at the time. The etymology of this new word is unknown. The German variant was known as tarot and the French tarot. The symbolism for the tarot is drawn from the culture of medieval and Renaissance Europe. The tarot subjects are distinctive to European Christendom. The symbolism does not come from Egypt or any of the other exotic locales often mentioned. It is often stated that modern-day playing cards evolved from the tarot. This is not the case. Modern-day playing cards came to Europe courtesy of Islam. They were an adaptation of the Islamic Mamluk cards. They appeared quite suddenly in many different European cities between 1375 and 1378. These early cards had suits of cups, swords, coins, and polo sticks, and courts consisting of a king and two male underlings. The tarot adds the Fool, the trumps, and a set of queens to this system. Sometime before 1480, the French introduced cards with the now familiar suits of hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds. The Joker is not original to either the early form of modern-day cards, or to the tarot, but instead originated in the USA around 1857 and was used as a wild card in poker as well as the highest trump in euchre. It is also often stated that the Catholic and Protestant churches outlawed the tarot and all who used it in an effort to stamp out so-called heretical teachings. This is not the case. The Inquisition documented what the Church considered as evidence of heresy in great detail. The tarot was not even mentioned. After the Reformation, less controversial images for the Pope and Papess were substituted by card makers as the Church had objected to the original images. It is often said that the tarot was not used as a divination tool prior to 1781. The tarot was used as early as the 16th century to compose poems describing personality characteristics. There is historical evidence that in one case at least these verses were presented as relating to the person's fate. In other words, divination. Divinatory meanings were assigned to the tarot in Bologna in the early 1700s, and this is the first unambiguous evidence of tarot divination. Ordinary playing cards were connected with divination as early as 1487. It is not unreasonable to think that the tarot was also. The tarot has often been attributed with being a pillar of Western esoterica occultism. This is certainly not the case. The first occult writers to discuss the tarot were Court de Gabellin and the Comte de Melot in 1781. The tarot was not mentioned in any occult work for the first 350 years of its existence. The terms Major Arcana, Minor Arcana, High Priestess, and Hierophant are anachronistic when referring to the older tarot decks. The historically appropriate terms are the trumps and the fool, the suit cards, Papess or Popess, and Pope. Likewise, pentacles and wands are relatively recent substitutions for the traditional suit names of coins and staves or batons. The original Italian titles of the cards were in some cases different from the later French titles that have become familiar to us through the Tarot de Marseille and its descendants. Also, the ordering of the trumps varied considerably in Italy where the cards originated. It is not known which ordering is the earliest one. Even the number of cards in the deck varied a great deal. So care should be used in making statements about the original meaning of the cards based on the familiar titles and ordering. Many believe that the Waite-Smith Tarot is the original, standard, or most authentic tarot deck in existence. This is absolutely untrue. The Waite-Smith/Rider-Waite deck was created in 1909, not even 100 years ago, making it a relative newcomer in the almost 600-year history of the tarot. There is actually no definitive version of the tarot.